Mercedes boss Toto Wolff is considering a number of drivers to replace the Ferrari-bound Lewis Hamilton for next season. Mercedes are preparing Andrea Kimi Antonelli for his first ever F1 drive, as they look for a replacement for Lewis Hamilton. The 17-year-old is highly thought of by the bosses at Silver Arrows, especially team principal Toto Wolff. Even though he's young, he's seen as a real option for the spot that will be left by Lewis Hamilton at the end of this year. The plan seems to be to get him ready to possibly step up. Antonelli is set to have several F1 drives throughout 2024, with the first one being a 2-day test at Austria's Red Bull Ring on April 16-17. The young Italian will be driving the Mercedes W12, which won the Constructors' Championship in the famous 2021 F1 season. It's clear that this will be the first of many chances for the youngster to show he's ready for such a big step so early in his career. How he does in these tests will definitely play a big part in the huge decision Wolff has to make this year. Replacing 7-time F1 champion Hamilton with a teenager is a big risk, but it's one he's seriously thinking about taking. Antonelli has been turning heads since his karting days and hasn't stopped winning since moving up to single-seater cars. His 5 series wins at Formula 4 level since 2022 led to him skipping Formula 3 altogether to race in Formula 2 this season. He races for the Prema team, known for guiding talented stars to F1. Previous F2 champions from this team include Pierre Gasly, Charles Leclerc, Mick Schumacher and Oscar Piastri. This year, Prema have Antonelli racing alongside another gifted teen, Oliver Bearman. The Briton made a surprise F1 debut for Ferrari at last month's Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, giving Mercedes a good measure of their own young star's progress this year. While Wolff is thinking about Antonelli for a Mercedes seat next year, it's not their only plan for the Italian team. He could be placed at a customer team, like Williams, to get him started in F1 first, or he could stay at F2 level for another year. Antonelli is currently 9th in the F2 standings after the first 3 rounds of the season. Prema were slow in Bahrain, which limited him to just 1 point scored, though his results improved in his next 2 races, including a 4th-place finish in Melbourne last time out. Former Red Bull junior Nick de Vries reserved special praise for the Mercedes youngster and believes he is outperforming the Prema car he's in and will become a very special driver. Everyone talks about Ollie Bearman because he has done well and solidly, de Vries said on the Palos Pistas podcast. Only he has already driven a season in Formula 2 and yet Antonelli was ahead of him every time during testing and the first race weekend in Bahrain, despite Prema not really performing. When you go to the circuit in Jeddah and can only train for 30 minutes, I think Kimi did very well in qualifying by coming only 0.2 short. It is clear that Prema has not really mastered the new regulations yet, so they are not performing great. But I am sure Kimi is very special. He breathes racing. He's been driving all kinds of cars since he was young. He's a smart guy when you meet him and talk to him. Kimi is sharp and knows everything about racing.